Yo, today I want to talk about a nice and easy way to be productive. Now, the first place that people go wrong when they're trying to be productive is they'll choose the hardest things to do. They'll choose the 6 a.m. David Goggins, Rocky Balboa training routine, running crazy shit that's too difficult to keep up with because you haven't worked the muscle of productivity yet. And then people get disheartened and they don't continue doing it because they feel, oh, I tried it, didn't work. What do I do now? And they'll go and find something else that's a similar vein of reading for 10 hours a day, or writing, or working for 10 hours a day, or trading the stock market. Something that's too out of their way. And the first point I want to make is you have to find things that are easy or easier to do than to not do. So a good example for me, and one that I'm going to run with for this video, is reading. As you can see, I find it easy to read, and I'll keep a book around me all the time because it's an effortless thing for me that I don't need to think about doing, but provides me an avenue of productivity. So the first thing is to find something that is easy for you to do and doesn't require effort, but yields a positive return. And as I say, a good example of that is reading. It's not difficult, it's not strenuous, but you pick the right things and you've got a positive influence as a result of doing it. So that's number one. Right, now once you've found the thing that works well for you, you found one thing, for example, reading, that works and you can use it throughout your day without any effort, what I want you to do is start taking other parts of your day out and putting this in. So, for instance, you might be on the train coming back from work, or you might be sitting around just not very, not doing very much. Might be in the middle of an advert or something on the TV, whatever it is. And your instantaneous reaction is, oh, fucking hell, I'm bored, grab the phone, go on the phone, do something. The next step is to get rid of as many of those moments as you can and replace them with this good thing that you've brought in. So rather than picking your phone up, get the book. And throughout the day, you will accumulate, even if you're just doing 2 pages 3 or 4 times a day, and you just do that for a few months, less than a few months, even if you just do that every day and accumulate that over a few weeks, you're going to start ingraining the habit of doing something positive as opposed to something negative, and you're going to make it even easier to do something that was already easy. So that's number two. Right, now number three is the compounding process. Now what do I mean by the compounding process? This is basically the idea that if you do something, even small amounts of it, on a consistent basis, it will build up and accumulate into a big thing. And there's really something to be said about the compounding process, because if you're doing something on a consistent basis all the time, it will gradually become much bigger than just what it seems to be on the day-to-day sort of process. So don't underestimate how much you can do if you just keep doing this small thing on a consistent basis. So that's number three, the compounding effect. Now, number four is to integrate new habits into this habit. Now, this is something that you need to think about on a long-term basis. So let's stick with the example of reading. You've continued to read for a few months, you've noticed the compounding effect, you're feeling the positive influence that is the result of you taking a bad habit out and putting a good one in and being productive as a result. Now you have the opportunity to branch out further than that. So rather than just reading a book, spend a little bit more time and write about the book, for example. So just get some notes down. After you read for however long it is that you're reading now, just write a little bit about the book, or just write something. Find a neighbouring skill. So reading and writing go hand in hand. If you're, say the thing that you're adding into your day is you're doing 10 push-ups here and there, now add in 10 sit-ups. Just do something that's neighbouring, that's working on a slightly different thing, but is still within the same parameters of the ease that the first habit has. And I do want to, for this final bit, just remember that the reduction of friction in this part is the most important. Choose the things that are easy to do and that don't cause you trouble, because that's when you're most likely to continue to do them. Because Naturally, we're really fucking lazy. I am. We're lazy, and we will find a good excuse not to do anything, even if it's something we know is good for us. Fuck knows why. I'm not smart enough to know why, but we do. That's all I know, is that we do. Is if your mind thinks, oh, I can't be asked to do that, it will find a good way to tell you not to do it. And if you're not careful, that voice will start winning. So override that by finding the things that are productive but easy to do. And the final process of all of this, bringing this all together on a long-term basis, is just to accumulate as many of these little things as you can. And before you know it, you're blitzing through the day and you're doing 5 or 6 really great habits that are all accumulating towards one goal. And all of a sudden, you're being productive.